Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Math 31 Calculus, Chapter 1, Lesson 6, Using Limits to Find Tangents, Part 2. Now, there is another formula for the slope of the tangent line. Once again, the slope m is the limit as x goes to 0, or sorry, change in x goes to 0, of change in y over change in x. It's the limit of f of a plus h close bracket minus f of a divided by h. Sorry, the limit as h goes to 0. Now, if we look at the graph here, we have a point here. Instead of x and y, it's a and f of a to get all fancy. Now, if we add h to that, our new coordinate is a plus h. So it becomes q is a plus h. And our y value becomes f of a plus h, because we're going up that much. Anyway, so if we plug those numbers in, we get this formula. Oh, and note here, my change in x is a plus h minus a, the original, which is just h. Now, I just derived the formula for you. I don't care. But see it and be able to use it. All right? There are times when this is a better formula to use than this one back here. We'll flip backwards and forwards depending on which one I think is better, and most of the time it really doesn't matter, but there are times one is far preferable. With enough practice, you'll be able to figure it out and do it. Now, let's blather and let's do an example question. Use the alternate formula to find the tangent line to the hyperbola xy equals 1 at the point minus 2 comma minus 1/2. Graph the curve and the tangent line. Now, that's our equation. We do not write. That is a perfectly good equation for hyperbola. If we're going to put it in the graphing calculator, we don't write it like that. What do? It becomes y equals 1 over x. And I'll point out we should be using function notation. So anyway, f of x equals 1 over x. Okay? So far so good. Now the next thing is my point here. I have the coordinates minus 2 comma minus 1/2. So this is a, and this is f of a. Okay? So I should write that down. A equals minus 2. F of a equals minus 1/2. I give you those coordinates. Or you could plug it in. What is f of minus 2? Be 1 over minus 2. And don't forget the minus sign, because, anyway. So the equation, m, is the limit as h goes to 0 of f of, excuse me, f of a plus h minus f of a for h. Now, once again, I'm going through this. I don't kind of fast. I expect you to be following along, not copying out. If you're copying out, pause the recording, copy stuff out. Now, a plus h, let me see, f of a, yes, so this would be, f of a plus h would be, a is 2, so that's 2 plus h, so I should be writing 2 plus h here, minus f of 2, all right? Just getting lazy. Now, plugging those numbers in, f of x is 1 over x, so this f of 2 plus h is 1 over 2 plus h, minus, now f of 2 would be minus 1/2. Okay? All of that's divided by h. So far, so good? Oh, sorry. No, it's not. It's minus 2. It stays minus 2. Minus 2, minus. Forgive me. As I said, you do all these steps and you make one dumb little boo-boo like that. It's just annoying. Anyway, so I'm going to rewrite this. Let me see. 1 over h minus 2 plus 1 over 2 divided by h. Simplifying it, making it a little less nasty. You see that? Minus h, minus 2 plus h, and then the minus cancel out. Right, now, oh, I'm sorry, I'm really supposed to be writing the limit as h goes to 0 every time. So I shouldn't be writing the limit in there. Now, so I shouldn't write it like that. My apologies. I can't just drop the limit because I'm lazy and forget to write it out, or can't read. Now, I hope you got that, because the rest is pretty straightforward. You remember adding and subtracting a numerator? Fractions, we need a common denominator. Our common denominator here, h minus 2 and 2, is 2 times h minus 2. All divided by h. So this is the limit as h goes to 0. This is 2 over 2 times h minus 2 plus h minus 2 over 2 times h minus 2, all divided by h. Now, the limit as h goes to 0. 2, we have common denominator, so this is 2 plus h minus 2, so that becomes h over 2 times h minus 2. Now I'm running out of space here, so my denominator I'm going to write as 1 over h. Now if I do it that way, what happens? Well, it's a little neater, and you see a little more clearly, h divided by h cancels out. So this becomes the limit as h goes to 0 of 1 over 2 times h minus 2. Now, we can do simple substitution and plug in h is 0. So now I don't need a limit anymore. I make h 0. This becomes 1 over 2 times 0 minus 2. 1 over 2 times minus 2, which is minus 1/4. All right, that's my slope. Now, I did all that work to get m, and I have no space left here to plug in. Oh, actually, I can do y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. This is y minus, what was my y value up here? Minus a half equals minus 1/4 x minus, my x value was minus 2. Y plus 1/2 equals minus 1/4 x plus 2. It becomes plus 2 times minus a half. So y equals, subtract a half from both sides, minus 1/4 x minus 1. All right. Now, that's a lot of work to cram it in there. Anyway, so the hyperbola, so I'm going to pause there for a second. That's a lot. And I hate skipping steps like that. But now while you're looking at that, I'm going to graph my first equation, which is y equals 1 over x, the hyperbola. So it will be something like that. Now the tangent at the point minus 2 comma minus a half here, and I'm saying that's minus 1/4 x minus 1. So on your graphing calculator, that you should be getting. All right. Now that's 10 minutes to do one question, and yeah, welcome to calculus. All right, I'm going to pause here. I want you to look at that, think about it. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. Otherwise, keep on going. Good luck.